RC from the Night's Watch. Welcome back to another one of our awesome attacks. Here is our clan again. You can see our clan tag up there in our YouTube channel. Feel free to stop on by, check out some of the attacks we're doing. These were some attacks I actually recorded a couple weeks ago, but no balance changes have happened since, so I still thought it was good to try to share some of these. At the time, we were ranked number 80 in the US, and now after this past district raid, we are actually up to number 39 in the US. So moving on up, continuing to go up. You know, why don't you check out some of these videos, see how we're doing it. So first one here, I think in this video, we're going to focus on some of the dragon cliffs. I'm trying to show you some of the different methods we have for two-hitting the dragon cliffs, which I think is oftentimes the hardest set of bases that we have to go against in these raids. So you see once again coming out with the 7 lightning spells in that first attack, and the goal here is to try to get as many of those dragons on the loose as possible so that I can try to clear as many of them in that first hit as I possibly can. So whether you've got 4 dragons you're against, 5 dragons you're against, or 6, the goal is to just take out as many as you possibly can. So I find usually the goal is at least 4. Sometimes you can get lucky and get 5. On the bases with 6 dragons, I don't think I've ever taken out all 6 on the first attack, but you know, never say never. It could be coming someday soon. So here you see we took out 2 of the further dragons first, got them so that they'd start roaming up towards the front. These other 2 dragons, they were pretty easy to unlock and at least get them coming after me. And then I just kind of bounced back and forth with my archers, slowly taking out both sets, or all 4 of these dragons rather, that I was able to free up. So you know, once we get this last one to go down, we're going to start to try to move ahead into the base a little bit, try to get as deep in as we possibly can. In this case, we are playing a base with just 5 dragons, not all 6. So you know, so it did make it a little bit easier. If you do come across the ones with 4 dragons and you're a higher level set of attacks, you've got to be able to take that out in 2 hits. It's kind of a free attack that you've got, lets you save another one for a later time. So so there we were. First hit, we got 29% down and took out 4 of the dragons. So now I had 1 zap left. We were lucky here. We kind of looked around first, and this dragon that was back in the back corner was just a level 1, so that only takes 2 zaps to open up. So I was able to get that second one, or get that last dragon rather, to start roaming around. And I'm going to use up some of my wall breaker rams here just to get this dragon moving up towards the front. So that way I save myself 4 archers to be able to take down this dragon. And so now I'm going to kind of spam in my troops. I actually liked in this one that I got some of the floating skeletons. So kind of keeps them up and out of the way of this the bomb tower that's back there in the back. Lets them do a little bit extra damage. Was able to get the hogs pretty well spread out. Holding 1 back here, I've got these 2 last areas of defenses to deal with, and being able to get that 1 hog in there and stun that cannon. Let those that 1 set of troops there take out all 3 of those defenses back there in the back corner. So relatively easy 2-hit attack on dragon cliffs, even with 5 dragons. We did get fortunate there that 1 of those hadn't been upgraded yet and was just a level 1. So do make sure you're checking that when you come in for your attack, that, you know, if you have some that are level 1s, those only take 2 lightnings. The worst case is level 5s. Those actually take 4 lightnings. Then you're going to have to come up with a different strategy. So this is one of those ones I was telling you about where you've only got 4 dragons to deal with. Pretty much any time that we come across 4 dragons now, you got to be able to take advantage of that and take this down in 2 hits. So this was one of these cases. Got 2 of the dragons out with zaps right away. We're going to focus here in this area. This is nice because we get to also take down an Inferno Tower at the same time. Sometimes these Inferno Towers are tucked a little bit further back, but this particular one left it out front here near the dragons, so that was already an area I was heading to. So here, you know, now we're going to start bouncing back and forth, trying to take out as many of these dragons as we possibly can. So here you see working on the third one now at this point. Again, just spreading out the archers, trying to make sure we keep them alive as long as possible. If you can drop the archers directly underneath of a dragon, that can be helpful, because then it can't get all 5 of your archers in one spray of fire. It's got to at least pivot around a few times, so it does get you just a little bit of extra hits anyway. So now we freed up the fourth of those dragons. I dropped a barbarian there way back in the corner, and I'm going to try to just lure this dragon as far up towards the front of the base as we can. And now that I've got it where I wanted it, I can sit here and drop my archers and take out the last of those dragons. So we got all 4 dragons down on the first hit. That's going to make this second one significantly easier. Only 4,700 loot left, so that's a fairly straightforward hog skeleton attack at this point. Also had easy access to one of these bomb towers, so trying to take that one out before we get this attack going, just to save those hogs a little bit. And now that we've got it, I can drop my skeletons, send in my wall breaker rams, and start going with the hogs. So again, the higher up you get, the fewer and fewer times you're going to see these 4 dragon bases. You're going to start to see mostly 5s, and you know, even probably half the time we're seeing 6 dragon bases. So those are still going to be a challenge to try to 2-hit. I haven't really had a consistent strategy yet to hitting the 6 dragon bases, but do make sure you're taking advantage of any of those times where you've only got to deal with 4 dragons, and even 5 dragons with some low dragon levels. So anyway, this was the attack strategy I wanted to share with you. Just more and more different ways of trying to take out those dragon cliffs in 2 hits. You'll see we've had some pretty good luck so far. A lot of 19s here. We started off with 5 19s in a row. We threw in an 18, 18, 19. You know, so some pretty good attacks, and on defense, you know, quite the opposite. We got a 20 in there and a 19, but also a 32. That might be the highest defense that I've seen us come up with so far. So, you know, a lot of bad hits out there. Hope you can use some of these videos that I've been posting to try to come up with some strategies to help you guys move up as well. So, you know, keep an eye out for some other videos. I've got some more coming, showing different attacks on the barbarian camp, the dragons. I do think those are the toughest bases, so we keep focusing on those. Anyway, RC from the Night's Watch. Talk to you again soon.